Hi folks, welcome to the first day of summer. As you can hear, there's something running down by the garage, and what it is the Honda ATC, I think it's a 185 or 200S, but it has that unique suspension on it. Well, it's time for it to go around back, so I figured I'd take you guys on a little ride. Let's see how she does. Oh yeah, it hurts. Tires on the back, which quite honestly really fight when it comes to steering. And it's got a good sound to it. I try not to get run down by a piano student parent. That would kind of suck. Idle turned up a little bit. Sometimes you got to do that to kind of get everything rolling again, broken in. The motor is strong. I just downshifted. Very awkward downshift, sorry about that. That's known as an emergency stop. It wouldn't come out of gear, and hopefully this is still, yeah, she's still recording. So I had to turn off the ignition box. That's one of the problems with turning up the idle. They don't always shift like they're supposed to. Yeah, this thing has that high performance ATC, ATC frames for big motors. I looked up this company. It's actually kind of interesting. Back in the day, you can contact them and say, oh, I got this, Honda SL350 motor, or a Kawasaki whatever, or a Suzuki whatever, and they would hack a frame together for you. I don't know if they used parts and pieces from other stuff, or if everything was unique. On this guy, the front suspension could be off of anything. It can even be some kind of aftermarket thing. I mean, all you need to do is you move these up and down on the pipes. They actually clamp on the front struts. So all you really need, quite honestly, is to get the right bearing interface in the center, because from a depth that's adjustable. And even from a height point of view, you can slide these the rest of the way down and pick the nose up a little bit. In the back, I have to be honest, this frame piece, it's some real nice steel, real hard steel. I don't know. I guess the back is the front could be this could be aftermarket. I mean, they might have just bought the struts, quite honestly, and made this part, which looks probable, right? Because what is this part? It's just a pipe with a couple of slide joints on it, right? You got a piece of plate, that's easy enough to build. The headlight assembly is easy, and the front is the same thing, right? And if you're building such a thing, right, you just adjust the length of your pipe and your support. Easy enough to build the front, especially if you're buying the struts already made. The back, I mean, the back doesn't look like that big a deal either, right? Straight pipe, you know, cradle across to hold this up. And that's what you hook your shock into. The back swing arm, I'm not sure what that's off of. They might have copied that from something, or they might have built it themselves out of this square stock. When you're building with square stock, some of this, like narrowing down to get to the pipe, that kind of stuff is hard. But everything else looks pretty straight, flat, square, straightforward. So I guess they could have built that suspension themselves. Anyway, this did come with a sticker. I mean, I think you guys remember the story, right? Yeah, this is a 185S that they updated. The 185 does come with the Honda suspension. This seems a little better, though currently it's not flexing that well. This bike took a heavy wreck. You can see the way this is bent hard. This was bent way back. I did my best I had to actually cut it and weld it to straighten it back down there. It's not as strong as it used to be. I'm probably going to replace it, but I just needed to get something on there to take this thing around back. I didn't want to leave my leg floating. That's when you put your foot down, run it over, and get hurt. So I wanted something there. The other thing they did that was unique, and I don't know if people started doing this, they put a grease fitting on here. See it by my finger. About this bike, obviously the engine's in pretty good shape, though it does seem to drip a little oil, and you guys know I hate when they drip oil. The Willy burgers in the back seem to hold air, the front tire seems to hold air. You guys remember I traded the generator for this, and I got this one, and I also got the free yellow 110 that's sitting in the driveway. So there we are. So this thing's come around back. That's a good thing. Is it perfect yet? No, far from it. It needs a lot of love and attention. I drove it back on the portable CDI box. I kind of looked at the wiring a little bit, but let me give you a hint. Whenever I see that somebody's completely redone the wire harness, like this wire harness was completely redone, I get nervous. You know, you see stuff like this. Like, what's this? What's the surprise in the bundle? So you know, it does have the sheath on it. The rubber sheath is good. I mean, good wiring practice. But yeah, I thought I had the ground wire on it. She needs ground if she's ever going to spark. Yeah, I forgot how far I got on checking this thing, but this thing, yeah, I must have run aground, because it'll never spark like that. It's got a wire cut off here, so basically I need to take the wire harness off, get all this tape off of it, and look it over if I'm ever going to run on this wire harness. A lot of times for me it's just easier to smash a pit bike wire harness on it and run it on that. I think that's about it, folks. Look at this space. You can see garage floor. Folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Please keep your feet down, keep your heads up, and please get out there and enjoy all your days. Bye now.